The three Buddhas will bring concentration. In the Dharma, without paying attention to the party incident, beyond visualization, that is, being a man in life. Everything has good sides and bad sides. When we encounter the scene, we divide in two. The two parts of the bad part. I think this is. Their karma is not stupid, but must be better. Lose this part besides, there is also a good. Keep the good to interact with them. See if I am at fault in this incident. This life is also a past life and otherwise. Thinking of the impermanent dissolution that just left. See you off yesterday or go to the cemetery. Looking at it without stubbornness is considered as a qualification. Karma at that level, they talk and act. That magnitude, and I am the one who encountered it. Karma to charity chanting is something. Remember not to go drinking or cultivate compassion and determination. Practice when a child cries angrily. If you are angry, you can't scold him and love him and find out what it needs to have. Can respond to it, and if not meet. Okay, pity him. He's crying hard. Will not be good for health or nature. So when someone takes action, not being good to someone or to yourself, then begin to love them because they are creating. Their evil causes and their fruits will suffer and die. Fell into hell, we already know. Thinking of the word ring, from here on out, try. Striving to cultivate the nature of taking refuge in the three jewels. Living according to the Buddha's teachings, according to the policy, the laws of the state that determine them. We will have a peaceful and joyful life, for the present life and forever about. After the Buddha taught not to do harm for money, Buddha taught us to know how to want less, know enough to prevent the greed of. When we feel enough, we will. Peace and gentleness, so the sutra teaches love, is the root of the reincarnation of life and death almost. All the sufferings, the pain of evil. In this world, it is all due to craving and heart, excessive desire. Money and wealth are a means of giving. Redeem for useful use in the relationship of life, such as eating, sleeping, and resting are necessities. Your child's necessities. People are basically human beings. Sexuality is born and exists by sexuality. People need to have the needs of living in. Illness of rest and leisure of travel activities. Communicate and awaken emotions. Pleasure, enlightenment, and so on, cannot live without eating, sleeping, and resting. Have a relaxing recreation after making. The property of material wealth is plated too. Preserving life for all. Blood pulse people circulate running all over. Body, so humans live and exist. Talents and abilities that human beings have through. Learning, researching, practicing, and know how to apply the rules in life. Living to pursue happiness. Happiness in life. Everyone has talent, whether it is a lot or less imprisonment according to the possibility. People from that talent people make. Money to support the family itself and contribute to building peace and happiness for the commune. Generally inclusive property associations. Material means related to life. Human life, including gold, silver, and money. Houses and fields. The land of the old days when humans did not know how to cultivate. Money should only exchange goods with. Physical means to meet the needs. Living later civilized people. Progress should make money to make money. The convenience of balancing the material value of money is an important focal point that makes people passionate. Talented talent to get more. Cash right left of wealth. Everyone has a dream that they will become. Should be rich except for those who are already living. In well-off families and everyone. can dream of having a huge fortune, huge villas with beautiful beds, eyes with swimming pools of luxury cars, to satisfy what you want. Once so, what happened to these? Who has achieved what they are ambitious? And hope. Wanting money can bring about change in life in a positive direction, and negative for a family when doing business. The more profit, the more ambition. Big boat, big life. Big life, however, there are very many people are very fond of money and love money. Neglect of responsibility. Family, relatives with a lot of money, of only providing comfort on the material aspects, but very worried. And fear, so they often look for Mr. Tan Num to show how to preserve the. They don't know that the present is rich, is because they know how to plant Fuok Bao a lot. Life, so today we have the same. So the material comfort is sufficient, does not create happiness or satisfaction. May it even make us. There are a lot of jealous people who want to harm because of the competition law to survive. Living comfortably in all aspects. Materiality is a good thing, but feel. Peace and happiness are the ideal. Long life. The long wealth also makes the dough reveal the human nature. If we were the evil person who becomes rich will, causing that person to become a devilish schemer, than the other way around if we are human beings. From virtue that wealth will play, contributing practical benefits to the commune. Wealth associations also affect relationships with family, friends, and communes. The society of some will look to help, to enjoy our benefits, and should not think that these people have love me really or not, the two of them. Just because money, most people think that wealth with more practical benefits. For their family, however, there is a lot of money. It's still better when we're sick. It takes a large amount of money to dissect, thanks to. So it is possible to escape the pain of death. Have money to help people's families. And more broadly, to contribute to the interests of. Useful for society when needed. The comfort of material life. With full money that cannot be brought. True happiness or long-lasting contentment. Long because of human greed. Like a bottomless deep, well, it will make us. Insecurity, anxiety, and fear of loss. When we are used to a high lifestyle. To the noble right, every request has a person. Service will make myself big. Add to be. That he is the center of the universe is. The teacher of the world is that I am mine, so I. The more they fall to their lives, the more they don't see anyone. If we know how to use the right money, will bring benefits to the main, their families and relatives, and contribute to the interests of practical benefits for society. Therefore, money is the lifeblood of all who strives to build with talent of themselves through working and closing. There are many people who think that having money is happiness. In fact, money only brings happiness. Material satisfaction, it is not a factor. It is in happiness that money is an inanimate thing, created by humans. Many people do not understand that it should be dominated by the wrong currency. Do bad things. Evil due to the need for life. Everyone needs to have money to support themselves and their families. But the money must be made of graves. Who really smells my own tears. Also dreams are precious and cherished. Have a stable job with a wife or husband and having children to build happiness. Family contributes to the security of life for commune. The Dharma Scripture Association. Teaching oil and rain with gold coins for difficult sexes. Satisfying bitter lust with a lot of sweetness. Is a tear. The Buddha also gave an example. Other passionate people who are passionate about running after the. Excessive sex is no different from people. Other water, but the more salt water you drink, the more you drink, is even more different. That's why the Buddha taught. We must know that we want to know less enough to prevent our greed. When we feel enough, we will be safe. It's okay to be gentle, so the sutra teaches love, the origin of reincarnation of life and death, almost all. The whole suffering, the pain of sin in the world. This is all due to excessive lust and greed. Degree that. To live a meaningful and valuable life, that is. A life that is not too dependent on physical means but cannot. There is no money and property as it is. Means to feed us to ensure a good life in harmony with the Buddha. Teaching lay people the right to make money. Righteously means from. Faith requires diligence with hands and their brains to create living a prosperous and happy life for yourself, family members, and contribute benefits. Practical for society, however. Wealth. Material only to meet the full needs of. Enough prosperity for happy people. Really in life is not. People with multiple assets money rights. The power of the high-rise building is wide, but it is. Freedom is not bound by greed. Anger and delusion are a happy thing. Long-term truthfulness, even though we have many. Money still can't. DD is therefore in addition to a lot of money. Kai has the opportunity to serve the family well. Contribute to the life we need to. Ascension through the spiritual life of development. Spiritual people should live in. Mindfulness and mindfulness expand the heart from compassion and mercy with humanity. In life, so we know. Building property in Lin. Confused thoughts have no chance to interfere. As calculated rather than losing the dispute. Hatred kills each other. Hurting humanity. Money, wealth, can help us solve many things in life, so who wants to preserve it first? Life is necessary to have money, but money. When we have wealth, we must know the history of how to use. A citizen who wants to live a peaceful and happy life, to know how to use the 4 elements. Basically, have a good job. Intend to feed themselves and always. Continuing to improve career work. Be good money made by profession. True karma and must know how to preserve. Not to be lost, you must know how to. Balanced and harmonious spending should not be wasted. Too little money to spend a lot. Or money makes a lot but does not dare. Spending on benefits becomes burnt. Saving money and assets as a means. Let humans live to serve the fish. People who want to dress every day want to. So first of all, we must have a good job. In the long run, but career. I choose not to harm the types of professions that should be avoided, such as buying and selling. Female slavery substances. Addiction like cigarettes. Drugs manufactured. Poison or directly kill the harm. Objects with many shapes. There are many people, because of the use of the ego, want to prove the rich class of Sen. People are more than people, so they have been in debt to build spacious houses despite the needs. It is not necessary to be deeply confused in debt, leading to bankruptcy because they do not know that most of them are content with the present. We all think there is a lot of money, and see Kai is happiness, which is wrong. Too large of humanity, so when their power in their hands, they try to get dirty. Collect money for yourself, but money made from that illegality is very difficult to survive. TL, long time when there is a lot of money, you have to enjoy. Fun plastering easy to lead to far away from doing. And the person who suffers loses happiness. The family and the harmful effects on the money society. Made no by sweat and tears of. Myself is often washed away by the five houses of. Flood house, crow house, house thief, house robbery. Irrelevant and unfilial children. Bankruptcy and other unexpected accidents. Because in order to satisfy greed, people have to wipe their heads into hardships to compete to lose more than lose, but create more delusional karma without him. For example, we used to have a motorbike, then we dream of having a car. When you are away from the air, you want a supercar. In modern times, people will find it difficult to stop. Again, when I am not satisfied with, at present, because of human greed, you yawn. Bottomless depth, it is not to. We are pessimistic without trying. Diligent in business, we still do. Serving with both the snail and the heart. With the sweat of their bones and blood, so as not to. Harming others further, although necessary for cock. But it doesn't always bring happiness and peace for us. Where the reality shows that there are families. When they were poor, everyone lived very. Get along happily with each other, but until. Once you are rich, the relationship between husband and wife. The brothers were crushed and collapsed by. Too greedy. Because of excessive greed. People can be indifferent to harm. Others to have some quick money. The person who prays can phase conscience. France is like buying and selling weapons, selling women. Buying and selling drug cigarettes for too much profit. Creating many criminal gangs. Danger to humanity leading to great damage to humanity in terms of matter and essence. True Buddhist God for compassion. Have mercy on sentient beings, so they should not. The business of buying and selling those deadly drugs. Money and property, if used improperly. The goal is to become a poisonous snake, but without it, what is the point for us to live without it? To serve Hong Fap Loi. The purpose of life is not. Is rich. A lot of money is happiness, blessings that we must be content with. What is there in the present? Should race to imitate made with people when we don't have the ability and the money is a good servant. When we know how to take the initiative to use money, and the daily expenditure depends on the quality. Scenes of an individual and family, of the formidable real money it has, can make people crazy, despite all the crew members who have money if knowing the right way is still better than someone who doesn't. Money such as when there is a disease or dealing with the number of urgent problems that people with money have. Sickness or no old age or death. Or not. If yes, there must be too suffering. However, people with money are still better off. The poor are unhappy in the affluent. Full material. The people want to be too much to spend money on the treasury. Silver dang housing da DC land stork flying. Straight wings are not considered to be moderate, but still. There is a desire for more, therefore. The rich or the poor must know how to cultivate the heart of faith. It will transform the suffering becomes happiness and happiness. Right here and right now money. After all, it's just a means to harmoniously exchange necessary needs. In society, if we don't know how to use money in the right place without supplement to serve individuals and communities. Society, that money becomes nothing, means that the money made must. If not, go to the front door. Back door flow, or yes, without contributing. And Vietnam benefits everyone. We will become a greedy person. If we can live happily ever after, when they know enough and are willing to do good for. Many of our grandparents also Teach to sow good causes to help people save. Things that leave blessings to future children and grandchildren. This is because the previous life was skillful in cultivating the day. Now, the descendants of the hammock lament.